Let's put all of this together in the Claman Countdown cauldron and bring on our floor show traders, Keith Fitz-Gerald, and we're hoping for Dutch Masters coming up. All right, Keith, all the chatter on the Twitter and message boards blame anxiety over rising interest rates for the pullback. How do you see it in this final hour?
That, Liz, is an interesting question, but it is only part of the answer because the mechanics of the markets are actually working here. What you've got is fear that turned into FOMO, back into fear. You've got computers piling on. You've got the algorithms going, and you've got options expiration. So you've got sort of this massive cocktail of toxicity today. Volatility, even under normal market conditions, would be expected. This is simply a global margin call, people throwing in the towel, whatever you want to call it. But that's why you're seeing such a massive rundown into the close here.
Dutch, what do you think? I mean, we're now down 354, 55 points for the Dow and falling. Dutch, can you hear me? All right, we're going to wait on Dutch and see if we can get his audio fixed. But Keith, talk about the Fed, as we said, and I hate to keep bringing it up, but now they have made it very crystal clear that they are going to continue raising rates because this inflation is just painful for everybody, from the rent to the food, et cetera. Is it time, in fact, to then buy the best, as you say, and leave the rest on the side of the road?
Oh, absolutely, Liz. Buy the best, leave the rest, forget the rest, ignore the rest, whatever verb you want to use. That's been my mantra for much of this year because the quality names, the reliable names are still putting up numbers. They're still growing. The business case for owning them is actually getting stronger. So on days like today, this is the only store in the world where people should run to it. In fact, run away from it. So this is where you've got to pick your names carefully. You got to get the best names, and that's the ones that are going to be stable, and they're going to be there when you need them. The stuff that's the meme stocks, the social Reddit raiders, all of that stuff, those are the questionable things. That's the high stakes gambling. You might as well go to Vegas. At least you get free drinks and you have fun.
Yeah, that's if you're gambling, which
yeah.
I never do. I can't figure it out. Dutch,
I can't either.
Dutch, is Dutch there? Okay, he's not. We're trying to continue to establish that. All right, so let's dig down deep into what's going on with this Reddit rebel trade and the meme stocks, because these are individual retail investors who have shown muscle, respect, right? But at the moment, they've been tossed this kind of wrench into the whole system with Ryan Cohen selling out his shares. We've got Bed Bath & Beyond really suffering at the moment. Talk to me about what your message is to the individual investor.
Here's the thing. If you're an individual investor, it is awesome. It is powerful. It is exactly what you need to be doing. But you've got to understand that the bigger investors, the more sophisticated investors, often layer on strategies that are not readily apparent. So rather than doing what you think needs to be done, do what Wall Street's doing. What Ryan Cohen did is, even if it's not legally against the law, it is certainly against the spirit of the law. My perception of what's going on, Liz, is this is a rug pull of the highest order. And the irony here is he turned on the very people who elevated him to demagoguery status, and that shouldn't have happened. So continue to play the game, but play it smart. Okay. Learn from what's happening. Do not repeat the past.
Right. Let me just push back a little bit on this. Every individual investor has the freedom to buy and sell whenever they want, correct? Unless, of course, it's a Robin Hood who shut down back in January of last year and wouldn't let people buy. But to that end, he felt that he wasn't getting movement on Bed Bath & Beyond. He wanted them to divest of Bye Bye Baby. And this becomes a bigger story for everyone, not just those who invest in meme stocks. Does it not, Keith?
That is a fair point. And again, there's a lot we don't know here. But I will simply say something smells funny. There clearly needs to be an investigation, if for no other reason, to prove that the trading activity he engaged in was legal, because that's going to answer a lot of the questions. If it is legal, then there is nothing to hide. But the fact is, it is not being perceived that way. It is being perceived as something nasty, something sleazy, something dangerous. And that's the part of Wall Street that's desperately broken. That's where all of the apes need to stand together. All all of the individual investors need to stand together, because if there is going to be reform and we're going to be able to buy and sell freely in a market that is fair and transparent, those questions need to get answered on days like today.
Indeed, indeed. And let me just toss to you the cryptocurrency picture. I was doing a live TikTok at around noon just to update people on what I felt was going to be a little bit of a Freaky Friday. And, you know, it appears that Bitcoin is, of course, tracking what equities are doing right now. You know, they were asking me about Shiba Inu and some of these meme coins. What is your message to those investors right now about Bitcoin and digital money?
Well, digital money in particular, Liz, it's very important you separate this, because there's no question in my mind, or any other rational investor's mind, that digital currency is our future. The question is, what does that look like? Where does it go? And my message there is very much the same as it is with stocks, particularly now. It's going to be best, not rest. The two at the head of the class are going to be Ether and Bitcoin. Now, which one is ultimately going to win? I don't know, but I submit Ether, because it has a more integral relationship to the blockchain, is the better bet right now. It's up 100-something% off June 19 lows. Bitcoin is up only 30-something%. So, you know, keep those numbers to small amounts that you're not going to miss if everything blows up, but big enough to make a difference if they really do succeed.
All right, good advice. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. Ether's getting hammered here, down about 10%. Folks, I do just want to warn you that we look to be...
Hi, it's Keith here. Thanks for checking out today's highlight clip. What'd you think? Did I make sense? Is there something you'd like to add? Make sure you leave a comment down below, and of course, click subscribe to keep up right here on YouTube, or sign up for the email newsletter at the link below. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram for my real-time thoughts on markets, analysis, and a whole lot more.